Hello and good morning. I am back. Rose Ward, stampersdelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Hop on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. We have a lot to go over today. I got to take a breath here. Okay, so I just got back from the incentive trip. Thank you so much to all my followers, customers, family, and friends that made that possible. So let's go over a couple of things. If you like that mug or other stamping apparel, go to stampersdelightshop.com where you can order merchandise, and it does ship globally. Also, I'm going to announce the winner of that pink tote from last month. Now, you won't get the tote till I get it, which is sometime in June, and that is Kathy Bojanski. And hopefully, Kathy, I didn't mess your name up too much. So when that comes in, I will be sending you that great pink tote. Thank you all for your orders in April. I really do appreciate them. And I'm going to flip the camera and go over a couple other things before we get started. So this is what I will be showing today with the fun fold, and that is the Florals Bloom Suite collection. That is also the suite that I'm using for my June online class. Now, all the links will be below when you can get all the information. So I'm just going to give you a couple little snippets of that. So for this class, you're going to do 6 cards, 3 designs. I'm sorry, I changed that. You're going to do 8 cards, 4 designs. And you can sign up monthly, or you can sign up for the subscription plan and save $5 a month. If you sign up for the subscription plan, at the end of 6 consecutive months, you will get a $25 rewards from me. The next thing I have is our June scrapbook online class. I will be using the Weekend Adventures, and you're going to get the packet of paper and the sticker sheets. I will also be using the stamp set that goes with that Weekend Adventure, and you can add that onto your class. Now, I just want to also mention that you can get the full scrapbook workshop kit too. That's available. And this makes everything easier because they have the layouts, 3 layouts already prepared for you. You just have to follow the directions. Told you, lots to go over. I also announced my paper share with the Two-Tone 12x12 cardstock. So if you have never tried the Two-Tone cardstock, it's a game changer. It goes great for scrapbooking, but what I wanted to show you was how great it is for card making. I use it all the time as layers, because sometimes you want something a little thinner than your cardstock. Hi, Roz. Hi, Debbie. Don't forget to share my videos. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. So for the paper share for the Two-Tone cardstock, you're going to get 2 6x6 sheets of all the cardstock here. So that's 106, I believe it's 106 pieces of Two-Tone cardstock to try it out. And again, all the links will be below. For my new class that I'm starting, it is called White on White with a Pop of Color. I'll be using the right words and along these lines, which you can add on. What you're going to get is 4 card kits. You're going to make 4 cards. You'll also get the matted or muted palette dots and the ribbon, the 2-pack ribbon. And then you will get your card kits. And that's a new class that I'm starting. So let me show you just a couple of white on white cards. These are just for reference. So you can see they're white on white with just a pop of color. That's probably one of my favorite things to do. So that's a new class that I started. That also has a monthly plan, so you can just do it monthly, and I announce beforehand what stamp set we'll be using, so you can order that as an add-on, or you can use whatever's in your stash. You can also do the subscription plan for 6 months or however long you want, but at the end of 6 months, if you do 6 months consecutively, you will get a $15 rewards from me. So those are the updated classes that I am doing. I hope you will join us. And now let's take a look at 2 cards I did with the Florals in Bloom. Hi, Linda. Hi, Kathy. So here's the first card. This is absolutely stunning. And I'm going to be using the new in colors. And if you haven't ordered those yet, they are gorgeous. Let me just mention the cloud cover stamp pad is not available in the full size. There was an issue with the stamp pad. So you can order the spots and get the cloud cover ink. The re-inker, the markers, they're all fine, but the large pad they had issues with. So if you'd like to get all the colors, order the ink spots. So again, this is one of the cards that I did. And then here's another one. So that's with the cloud cover. This one is the Darling Duckling. Now, when you sign up for the online class, you will be making totally different cards and a fun fold included with that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start. I am going to bring in some things here. I'm going to start with a piece of strawberry slush. Now, I keep my papers in these paper folders from Stamp and Storage. And somewhere buried is my, I'm going to just bring that down a little bit so you can see more of this. There we go. Thank you. Hi, Judith. Hi, Margaret. I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4 by 11. I'm then going to swing that arm out, and I'm going to do some scoring. Now, you can get the free PDF on this one on my newsletter later today. So sign up for the newsletter. Again, all the links will be below. I'm going to do some scoring on this. So I'm going to score this at 2 3/4. So this is the free Fun Fold PDF you get today. 2 3/4. 4 1/4. 7 1/4. And 8 1/2. Oh, my hands are shaking today. It's because I haven't been on live in so long. I'm going to bring in my bone folder. And I'm going to give those some good scoring. I have other samples for you after I do this one. Hi, Briar, Patsy, Karen. One of my team members are here. And just to remind you, the best deal right now the best deal in town is the new starter kit. Whether you want to get the starter kit to start a business or just to get the discount. Right now, you can get $165 worth of merchandise for $99 when you join the stamping community in my team. So that's our card base. I'm going to put that aside for a minute. Now I need a piece of 4 by 4 cardstock. So I'm going to cut this piece at 4 by 4. And I'm going to do this in layers so you can get an idea of what it looks like here. I'm going to bring in some of that beautiful designer series paper. Which one do I want to use today? I'm looking through them. And I think I'm going to use this one. I have some pieces here. Maybe I can use those up too. So I'm just going to grab those. All right. And layering on top of that, I need a piece of designer series paper that is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So let's cut this off. Hey, Dawn, I have another new team member on. Thank you for joining the team, Dawn. It's great to have you back. So we're just going to cut that. That's going to be layered right on that one. Now I need another piece of cardstock that is 4 by 3 1/4. So let's do 3 1/4 by 4. And then a piece of designer series paper that is 3 by 3 1/4. So basically it's a 1/4 of an inch smaller. So we're going to do 3 by 3 3/4. And I want that going the other way. I want it going the same way as this one, because that has to go this way. So let's do that again. Let's do 3 by 3 3/4. Okay, there we go. Layer that one right on top of there. Good morning, Alfie. The next piece of cardstock is 4 1/4 by 4. I'm sorry, 2 1/4. 2 1/4 by 4. That's why you want to wait for the written instructions. And that one's going to go right there. Oh, my hands are shaky. And this designer series paper is going to be cut at 2 inches by 3 3/4. And there I have my layers. I'm going to bring these in and I am going to glue those down now. I'm going to take these pieces and they get layered on top of this fold that I did. So for this one, I'm going to add the glue here. And then on the inside, the next panel, which goes right here. So you can see, and you can use designer series paper, different designer series paper if you want. For this one, I'm just going to use the ones the coordinating ones. I'm going to add that one right there. So it looks like that. And then the last panel is going to go right inside here. So there is that fun fold. And again, you can use a different coordinating color. And then let's get some stamping done here. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab a piece of white. And I am going to cut that. And that's going to be at 2 inches by 3 3/4. And that is actually going to go on the back where you can stamp it with your sentiment, but we'll do that later. Okay, let's bring in some of those dies. So this set is the Pretty Florals, and it's got these great dies. You can see I've been using those, and the Sweet Blooms with lots of dies. I've got some pieces cut already. So I have 3 of these yellows already cut. I have quite a few, so we're going to use those up. This piece right here, let me show you what that is. That is our new flowered foils, and you can see that it's embossed. And this is the strawberry slush, the silver, and then the pretty in pink. So that's what that inside piece was. I don't know that I'm going to use that today, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to start with, let's see, do I want to use, I'm going to use the Lovely. I'm going to grab both of those dies. And I'm going to grab some, everything's falling all over. I'm going to grab that pink again. I don't think this piece is large enough. No. So I'm going to grab a piece of strawberry slush. And I'm going to cut that out. So I'm going to cut that down a bit. Hi, Janice. I got so many team members on here. Thank you all for joining me. I know I've been a little MIA lately, so I'm just going to cut this right about here. I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. If you're looking for ideas, I did a video on the card swaps that I got from the leaders group and also from the Disney trip. And there's 50 different card samples on there. That's actually where I got this idea from, and I apologize because I don't have the demonstrator's name with me right now, but I got a card with this fold on it. And if you look at that video, you'll see I did mention her. So great ideas. Then what I'm going to do is this. Yeah, I'm going to use that pink. This insert, it's a little bit narrower. I'm going to grab this pink that I showed you. I'm going to just cut a strip of that off. Remember, the class that you'll be doing with me, oh, something just fell. The online class will have 4 different designs, one which will be a fun fold. Okay, cut that off. I need a bigger table here. So here is that foil. I don't know if you can see it, but really lovely. And I'm going to cut this out. Now what I should have used, and I totally forgot, is our adhesive sheets. So it's easier. Whoop, that one, I want to cut another one. To glue these down, but I'm going to use my liquid glue for today. That one got cut off, so let's do that again. Hi, Joan. Yes, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, and definitely share my videos. Right now, I am trying to get the next incentive trip, which is Alaska, and it's a cruise. And something my daughter-in-law has never been on. My son's been on a few Stampin' Up! Cruises with us. So I'm working very hard right now to get that next trip. Okay, so let's take this one out. Let's take this one out. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to layer this right on top of here. If my shaky hands let me. I'm going to bring in my glue press with my liquid glue. And this is where the adhesive sheets come in very handy, if I had remembered it. Senior moment. I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue on this one. Now, a thing I want to mention too is my team members, as team members, my monthly online class, the one that I'm doing with this suite, they get the video and the PDF for free. They don't get the card kit, but they do get the video and the PDF for free every month. Okay, I have the lovely. That's going to go right on top of here, and I'm going to actually have it over on the side. So now what I need is a piece of white, and I'm going to use my punch for this. And that's going to go right on top here. So I'm actually going to layer that down with my Stampin' Seal. And then I'm going to arrange these flowers. I'm using the large ones. There's some smaller ones in there too, but I'm going to use the larger ones because I have these already cut out. I'll be close to you. Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that out. And I'm first going to layer this on here. So again, bringing in that glue press. Don't forget about my new paper share. I'm telling you, the two-tone cardstock is a game changer. And you're going to see me using a lot more of that. I'm going to add this right here. And then these little guys, I think I'm going to try dimensionals on that if I have them handy. There we go. It's almost time to open a new pack. I'll use the small ones for now, because that's what I have handy. Now, if you joined my May online class, I did apologize. That's going to be going out this weekend. I was a little behind because I had that little bit of flood here with all the rain we got. Again, I will have the PDF on my newsletter later today. And the link to join that will be below when I'm done. And you have time for that. So I'm just going to add this one right there. Okay. I'm going to put this over this way. So I want glue on it, but only part of it. You want to make sure you don't have any glue on this side. And now I'm going to grab my white. And I'm going to grab, let's see, this is a little dirty because I used it for some other colors. So, oh, you're going to hear it crash. Ah, crash. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Something fell off the table. I'm telling you, I need a bigger table. And we're going to grab the day. Yes, definitely, Gail, you can get the instructions later. I'm going to bring in the strawberry slush. Oop, don't like the way that one came out, so let's do it again. There we go. And then the day. Yeah, I have to change my seating up here because I definitely need to bring in a larger table on the side. I apologize for that crash. I'm just going to snip this off. I don't really cut very straight, but they're pretty small, so we'll see how I do. Cut it off first and then trim it. All right, let's see if I can get this straight. It's pretty straight. This one's pretty good too. I'm going to bring the card in. I'm going to grab this piece right here, using up all my dimensional pieces. Snip that off. I'm going to grab this one. And again, I like to use my ends. Got to use every little piece we can. Good morning, Stacy. I'm going to add the day right there. I'll finish the front in a little bit. Right now, what I want to do is just add another flower, I think, right here. So I'm going to add a little liquid glue right here. Ooh, a little too much glue there. Let's add that one right there. Take this piece, grab a dimensional. So when it's opened, it's like that. And then for this one, I am going to, let's see. I'm trying to think if I want to do that. Nope. Okay, I'm going to clean this off. I'm using my Stampin' Scrub. I'm going to bring in another piece of white here that I have. Oh, this one will work. I'm going to fussy cut that. Oh, thank you. Stacy shared it to Facebook. Yes, share it to Facebook and all your friends. And if you case my cards, just tag me. I'd love to see what you do with it. And you don't have to ask. You can case any of the cards I do. That's the highest compliment I could ask for. Okay, we're going to put that right there. And again, I'm using dimensionals. Now I'm going to flip that over. And that piece of white I think I used by mistake. So let's cut another piece out. Let me grab that thing that fell, which was my paper trimmer. Whoop. So when my paper trimmer fell, it fell apart. So let's just put that back together. There we go. So I need another piece of white because the piece I cut, I actually used. Okay, so again, we want this at 2 inches. By 3 3/4. And for this one, this is going to be where you're going to sign it. I'm going to bring in my Shy Shamrock. I'll put that right there. I'm going to bring in these three flowers. With the darling duckling. And I'm going to just stamp that right on top here. So that is where you would be signing your card on the back. So let's go ahead and glue that down. So let me show you again. It's closed. It looks like that right over here. I'm going to add that piece of white. If you want it larger, you can. This is where I would sign it. Okay, let's add some gems and some ribbon. And because I have the yellow there, I'm going to take some of these larger gems. Add that right there. Open that up. I'm going to add one right here. And then I'm going to bring in some, let's see, the yellow. Nah, I'm going to stick with the strawberry slush. Haven't used that one yet. Thank you, Janice. I love this ribbon. It's very pliable, so it's great for tying your bows. And the way I tie my bow is like what I call rabbit ears. Or I just wrap it around there, just like you're tying your shoe. And then pull that. And then I'm just going to cut that off. So these are the rabbit ears. There's the ears. There's the tail. That's how I do it. And I'm going to add that right here, I think. But I want it a little bit smaller. So we'll just make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Oh, I'm having a BOGO sale, an online BOGO sale. So I have put together a list of retired bundles and stamp sets that I have. And a BOGO sale works like this. You tell me what retired items you want. I add that up and you get new product for that amount. You do have to pay shipping and tax on the new order, of course, because you're going to place that online. And then you do have to pay the shipping to me for the retired items. So what you do is, let's say there's $100 of merchandise, retired merchandise that you want. You go and place an order under me for $100, and then I ship you the items that are retired that you want, and I will tell you what the shipping is for that. So it's a BOGO. It's really, you're getting 2 for 1. I do have a list. I haven't taken pictures or anything like that, but you can email me for the list. Okay, it's first come, first serve basis. I am putting together another list for my other items such as punches, designer series paper. So far, I've gotten the list together for the stamp set. So again, I will hold what you want for 24 hours. Once you place your order and I see that, I will ship out the retired items. So just email me, stampersdelight, the number 1 at gmail.com for the list, and I can get you that out. I also put the link on Facebook, and I will put the link here too. So there is my card. Have a lovely day. You make me smile. You could add something to that last panel if you want. And then on the back is where you would sign it. What do you think? I love this fold. Let me show you 2 other samples I did with that. This is the same designer series paper, but I did it a little bit different. I did a white background, and I put white in here, piece of white in there. And of course it's white, so you can sign it there, or you can sign it up here. So that's another one. And then here I did, again, these are all the in colors. Now these flowers, This was stamped. That was die cut. This stamp right here is also die cut, but it's die cut from the designer series paper. Yes, some of those dies cut out the designer series paper. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Judith. So I gave you all three: a stamped image, die cut image, and then die cut from the designer series paper. So those are the three that I've done to show you the different ways you can use this. And let's bring in those other two cards. Here is the Bloom. And there is where you can see that great foil paper that we have for the inside of your flowers. Bloom where you're planted. And then, of course, this one. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter so you can get the free PDF later today. If you'd like the list of my BOGO stamp bundles and stamp sets, just email me. I'll get you that out. I did, again, put the link on Facebook, but I did it in such a rush, I'm not sure if you can grab that. I think you can. But I'm thinking that I might do a live sale too, but I don't really have the time right now, so just email me. I hope you enjoyed these cards. Thank you, Kathy. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I thank you all for tuning in, and have a great Memorial Day weekend, and hopefully we get some nice weather. I will see you back here next Friday for another Fun Fold Friday, but don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook. I post every day. Don't forget to check out the online classes. And until next time,